All right, class, let's get to the finer points in the class itself here. So this is the long video. I do want you to take a look at this here. I'm going to point out a lot of things on the Canvas site, a lot of things on the MyLab math site. So this video belongs right over here. So let's start off here. Introductory videos here, I guess I should say this here. Module instructions, so all this stuff over here. I kind of gave little instructions here so you know what that's all about. So please take the time to read that. Okay, how about a second click? That works, okay. All right, there it is. Just a quick little introduction to how to progress through the class here. PowerPoints, instructional videos, or the ebook. And then how do you do that in combination with those things there here. So all yours, please take the time to read that. All right, the other video is right over here. This is a link to the video here. These are going to be homework questions. It goes directly to chapter 5 because that's the way it's set to. But if I do answer any homework questions as a YouTube video, you can click on here for them. In fact, let's go to just a quick one of them here. Click on the site itself, and I would suggest not watching the video here. I would suggest going to the YouTube channel itself. Let's see, hopefully it sets it up here. You can click on this. I think you should be able to click on here. Yeah, you should be able to click on this little, almost like a forward little button from the screen. Taking that actually will take you to there it is. Okay, so the reason why you want to get to YouTube is because as you set this up, you're going to have the playlist on this side here. Hopefully that's the way it's set up. 1 second here, let's wait for it to load. All right, loaded. Okay, so there it is. If you set it this way, it should give you. All right, class, let's begin. Should give you a playlist right here.
This is chapter 5, and they
pause myself. Okay, so there it is. You want to get to this playlist because it'll be chapter 4, chapter 3, whatever homework comes in. Okay, so let's do that. Let me get back to our original spot. All right, so being back home on the home page here. So as you progress through here, here's what I got. I made up the PowerPoints so you don't have to go searching for them here. They have them all in order over here. So this is the way you would do it. You would go grab that PowerPoint, watch the video, or just read through the PowerPoint itself. Now there's 3 sections in chapter 1 that we cover. So watch the MyLab video, which we'll get to in just a bit here, and then do the homework and the chapter test. And then you just go on to the next one. Chapter 2, I did put in 2 extra sections here as far as PowerPoints are concerned, but these 2 are a little separate from 2, 3, and 3, and 2, 4. These are the only ones you need to do. These are the only ones you have homework for. But I put the other ones in case you're just interested in doing all of chapter 2. All right. But same thing here. So the order progression is kind of go this way here. So chapter 3, chapter 4, then chapter 5. After that, you do have a midterm exam. And I think I already got the study guide in here. So here's your study guide for the exam. It's all in case you want to start kind of putting it somewhere so you keep that in your mind. After that, we go chapter 6, 7, 8, and 9. We're going to cover 2 sections of chapter 9, and then we have ourselves the final, and there's the study guide. All set up, all ready, good to go. Okay, that's the modules page. What I do want to show you next is the files page, this little files menu right here. So clicking on that. All right, a few things here that I've placed that we should look at here. So first things first, if you want to just go quickly to your PowerPoint slides, there they are. It's Math25 lectures. In fact, I should rename it as PowerPoints. I'll rename it as PowerPoints. Then I also have ADA compliant PowerPoints in case you need the bigger font. It'll be right over here as well. So 2 different versions of the PowerPoints. Okay, here's your midterm study guide, and here's your final study guide, all in one place if you need them. Okay, the other thing that we should do is this one right here, is the assignments, how you should break up the assignments. So when you click on that here, it shows you exactly where we'll be in here. So the first day of class, email me, the teacher, saying that you want to stay in the class. So I'm so-and-so from Math25 class. I'd like to stay here. Sign up for the, something is called Mymathlab, something is called MyLab Math. So there it is. And then you can kind of see, I kind of arranged this class into like a Monday, Wednesday, Friday class arrangement, and Tuesdays and Thursdays for office hours for now. We could change it up a little bit later here, but there it is. So your first chapter, exam 1 is due right over here. In fact, that's what's called recommended, because 1.1 is not due on the 19th, but it gets you a good schedule going. All your chapter 1 stuff is due on the 26th. So all your homework and the chapter exam and so on and so forth, it goes. Chapter 2 stuff is due on September 2nd. Just a few little note here on Labor Day. Labor Day is Monday the 7th, so no classes there. In October, no holidays here, so it's straight on through. And in fact, there's a midterm exam right over here on the 9th of October. So there's that. In November, there's Veterans Day, so 8.3 is actually moved to the 10th of November to be completed. And then the tough week right over here. So this is Chapter 8 exam. And then last week, I have 9192 and the chapter exam, SLO exam, and the final exam. Now, that's a lot of stuff there. There's 30% of your grade really is kind of dependent upon this little week right here. So anyways, that is the recommended. I would suggest you download it. There's a little right here. Click on this little download button. It'll tell you to download it and save it as what? Usually it's Adobe Acrobat. Once you save it and you click on it, then at that point, go ahead and print this out. This would probably be a good way for you to have sort of somewhere printed. Okay, so there's that. What's the other thing that we didn't cover? Yeah, let's click on this one here. Linking Canvas to the MyLab Math here. So these are instructions. Again, download them. Click the little button here. These are instructions on how to set up the MyLab Math course. And so all the content that we're going to do of the class is really going to be on the publisher site. They have a pretty good homework system set up. They have a pretty good video and other things set up on that site here. So I want to take you there. So let's do that now. So if you click on the MyLab and Mastery site over here, mine is already set up, but yours will say something like enter session or something like that here. So when you click on it, I'm going to click on it, and it's going to take you to a login site, and it'll either say login with your MyLab Mastery login, if that's the case. And if you don't have one, it's going to say sign up. Like I said before, it's $79 for the semester. That's probably the one you want to choose, but you don't have to pay for it because 14 days you have it for free. So just log in. You do have to do it from this site here. So when you log into Mymathlab, you got to do it from the Canvas site initially so that the two will become linked, because your grades are going to be over here. So your grades are right here, always to look at. All right, I'm going to open it up here because we do have a few things to look at. All right, this is how mine looks like, because mine is the instructor site here. So a little bit more of there and gradebook here. But really what you want to do is you want to go either assignments or the study plan or the calendar. If you have a calendar right here, calendar of assignments, click on it and you can get going on section 1.1 homework. Well, sorry, that's not the way we go. Let me click on, there it is. Okay, that's the way it's going to probably appear on your screen here. So notice homework, unlimited amount of attempts. On the chapter tests, you do have 4 attempts right here. And then we go all the way down. When you start your midterm and final, that's going to show up right down here. So it's always right at the bottom of the assignment sheet. That's where the midterm and final are going to show up right over here. Okay, so let's back up real quick here. Let's go to the homework just to show you a few things here. So the question is set up like this. So it looks like 1.1, there's 12 questions here. Clicking on number 1, making it bigger so I can see things here. Oh, it's still doing some funny stuff here. Okay, so a few things here we got to note here. So here's your sample. Sometimes it's going to be multiple choice, sometimes not. So this one is going to be multiple choice. Usually the first 1 or 2 are multiple choice because they're kind of just trying to build your vocabulary. You can roam through these right over here real quickly here, but I do want to introduce you to this little question help section right here. So for this one, you have the textbook that you can go to, that you can study. It takes you directly to the ebook. This one's StatCrunch. I'll introduce it a little bit later on, but StatCrunch is a feature where you can kind of manipulate the data very, very easily. And then if you need to ask me, really stuck, you need to ask me, you can do that as well. You can print it out to study later. So I'm going to go to another question here, just sort of, yep, I will not receive any credit. That's okay. So there it is, still multiple choice on this one here. Clicking on this, now that's what I wanted. So here's a really good help. This has been used in the semesters past. So help me solve this problem. What's going to do, it's going to give you a step-by-step solving of the problem itself. It's usually, I'll give you a step-by-step approach here. Here, view as an example. This is probably the most popular one that was used here. View as an example. It's an example that's very similar to this problem. It'll guide you through it as you do this one. Then you can come back and then you're like, oh, now I understand it. So now I can do this problem. So question help, views and examples, really good. Again, textbook, StatCrunch. If you're super stuck, there is that. And feel free to also to make discussion boards on the Canvas site if you're stuck on a particular question as well. I check those as well to see who is actually answering. All right, with that, yep, I'm not going to receive any credit. That's okay. All right, so back to where we were before. So we covered that one. We covered syllabus, discussion boards, covered in the syllabus. Basically, you have a discussion board here. It'll be pinned, and they're 20 points a piece, and we'll have 5 of them. Files menu we've covered as well. Pages, really don't need to get to there. No need for those. Modules are going to be the same thing that you can click on the first page. There's everything that you click on the first page there. All right, collaborations, in case you want to collaborate with someone during class, you can set that up as well. What I really want to get to is the office hours. So initially I've set up office hours this week at Tuesday and Thursday. So we're probably going to just do introductory comments if you're getting stuck setting up, all the good stuff there. You have a day view, which I suggest not to use. We have a weekly view. Again, you need to look at a calendar. But I say the agenda view is probably the easiest. It gives you a week at a perspective, but it gives you the office hours themselves. So when you're ready, just click on it, and it'll launch the session here. All right, another thing, another feature here, another tutorial section is this thing called, where's that? Net Tutor. So every single student, whether you're a Kalinga student, which is the C here, a Lemoore student if you're the L, where you click on it, technically you have 40 free hours of online tutoring. So the tutors here have at least a bachelor's degree in the field that they're tutoring. And you can go to any class that you need. For us, it's going to be the math class here, but if you have biology classes, you can go to it directly as well. This is just a link to it here. And we're going to do statistics. So we have this one here, so clicking on that. And for the most part, I've had feedback, and it's been pretty good. So you have one of 2 choices to do. You can either drop in and meet with a live tutor. You'll click on it. There's a little whiteboard there that you can set up and stuff, and they'll be talking to you. or you can drop off a question if you really are stuck on something here. So there's that. And then this little bottom part is, your sessions are always recorded, so they come down here. And then also if you have dropped off any questions, they come down here as well for feedback. So there it is. I take advantage of it here. The school has paid for you for 40 free hours of online tutoring from a person with a degree. I would take advantage of it. And reviews from previous semesters say that actually was pretty good. All right, so there's the Net Tutor right over here. And I think for the most part, that is it. I'll let you get started on the class itself, and I'll answer any things via email or a follow-up video. All right, and I wish you well in the class.